Huh. That was weird, but hello everyone. So true, just do that. Well, Paper Robot is running at 354 frames per second, so that's good at least. Hello everyone. Hello Mac, Willow, Dubu, Al. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the bathroom. So one nice thing, and it's pretty subtle, you can actually see a little bit of reflection going on there, and here, this is free now. You can't do that, dude. So screen space reflections have been in Godot a long time, but they were bugged for frustum camera projections, which is what Paper Robot uses. So they work fine for normal perspective camera, and it works fine for orthographic view, but frustum camera, it does not work on. Now, what is frustum camera perspective? Well, let's talk about a standard camera perspective here for a little bit. Really, to make this work really well, what I should do is go ahead and just vanishing point it, deal with it. Okay, so standard.
Already, Cozy? No.
Okay, this didn't work out as cleanly as I was hoping it would. Okay, so your standard camera setup. That's a good point. Your standard camera setup for perspective, the vanishing point when you're looking head-on, orthogonal, is right smack dab in the middle of the view. Now, what you can actually do, because if you want to have a perspective, let's look at this. Let's look at this. I want to have the camera kind of be up high in the ceiling, and I want it to actually have the player kind of towards the center. So if I wanted to accomplish that in this room, you'll notice that I have to look down slightly, and you can see very clearly these perspective lines for any vertical lines kind of converge downward.
They're getting something ready for her.
Hold on just a second, guys. Posey is full of beans tonight. The problem is that for the gameplay I want that vanishing point to basically be non-existent. I want to have this view. I want to have this perspective where I'm looking straight ahead. But if I want to center the player, well, that's like a really low camera angle, and I don't like that. I want the camera to be up here, but the vanishing point to be like this, but I want to center this. What you can do is you can actually have a larger vertical slice rendered, but hand down towards the bottom of it. So that basically this becomes our view like this, but we only render like the bottom half of this view. That's the frustrum camera projection. And it was, until recently, bugged with screen space reflections, but now they work. Which means I'm probably gonna have to go back and edit some places in the code where I was doing workarounds for that, because now we get it for free. Okay. We're gonna do a 3. 3 of these, right? Oh, you know what this needs to be? This needs to be selected digits.size -1. There we go. Okay. Oh, Harvest Moon. Nice. Alright, so one thing I want to do is the mini game in the library. We need to finish that. It's not actually done yet. There it is. Harvest Moon. I mean, it's no Harvest Moon 64. But then again, what is? Stone. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Okay. Let me in. We need a way of starting this. Having you locked in place. Maybe we do something with the camera angle. And then when it's over... Any second now. Okay, this might be a little long now that I'm looking at it. Okay, and then when it's over, I need a little selection that kind of actually lifts up the vase in addition to having a cursor. How are we gonna do jumping between them? I think what we'll do is we'll take the direction you input. Maybe? Up, down, left, right? Just a single direction? Single cardinal direction? And figure out which vase is nearest to you and is in that direction? Does that make sense? Like if I say press down here, filter it to all the vases that are down from here, and then find the closest one of those, then yeah, it'll give me this one. That is a rare block, a unique block. And if I said press down here, it will take you here, which I'm okay with, I guess. I think that's an easy enough way to do it. It's a naive approach, but it works for this use case. And the, oh, you're so right. The, mod pack I'm playing through now, Create Ultimate 2 or something. It just makes everything so easy. I'm trying to avoid using some pieces of it because it feels like it'll make everything else boring because it's just overpowered if you're willing to scale up. It gives you the ability to combine 9 cobblestone and some lava for a pretty high, like 80% chance of a tough block. And that stone can then be crushed for a chance of like almost every metal you need. You can get like copper, zinc, iron, maybe gold. So with that one factor, if you just really go all in on a really big cobblestone setup, it's free. It's just everything's free. But I want to make little modular sheds that just turn cobblestone into something, and I can just have a huge row of them. But all individually powered with shut-offs for when their storage is full. So it's like you can make, obviously, cobblestone. You can grind that into gravel. You can grind that into sand, so there's 3 blocks right there. You can wash the sand to make iron nuggets. You can cook the sand to make terracotta. You can crush the terracotta, or no, you can wash the sand to get clay, combine the clay to make clay blocks, cook that to make terracotta, crush that to make red sand, wash that to get gold. There's it just keeps going. But even in default create, there's a lot you can do. But with the add-on stuff, it's like you can automate ender pearls out of cobblestone without ever visiting the end, which feels a little overpowered. I feel like mod packs need better balanced progression. I guess a lot of mod packs seem to be kitchen sinks. The kitchen sink variety of, we're gonna throw 20 different solutions at you that you can use for any given problem. And it makes it so that you don't even have to engage with the stuff in the pack. So I don't know, it feels unfocused, perhaps, is the best way to put it. How do we start the minigame? Can you fit through here? If these weren't spinning around, could you fit through here? Maybe. Alright, let's switch back to the regular playlist for now. And try and do some magic. So we're gonna have a state flag. Base minigame. And so if you haven't done the base minigame, then the base minigame doesn't need to appear. So I got this fabulous little node that I've created called Wait for State. And I just sanded a state flag and a range. In this case, 0 is the only valid range. And then anything inside of it will be removed from the tree until that state is met. Okay, so assuming that it does exist, we're gonna have a. We're not gonna start it here. In fact, we're not even gonna rotate it yet until it's started. Rotate speed will start as 0. Right? Because, yeah, we approach rotate speed, don't we? Yes, we do. Target rotate speed can also be 0. So that's going to be reset here. Okay, so the number of steps here is perhaps too high. So let's actually significantly drop that. That just goes on for too long. Okay. So we need to initialize it. And we're going to do that with a cinematic trigger. The cinematic trigger is going to be bigger. We're going to make it here-ish. So once you touch this zone, that's when we're going to start the cinematic of get this minigame going. Step 1 of this minigame is we're gonna walk you out to Cozy. We're gonna walk you out into here, into the midst of them. Key Cavern. And then when that, wait for arrival. And when that is done, start the minigame. I guess start minigame. So we need a little node here. Start base minigame. Yes, Posey? Posey's got a new toy. Indeed, I do say. Okay. So this is going to be fairly straightforward. There's code. Yeah, we have to make sure that it extends the minigame or the cinematic step.
What do you help with?
And then it needs to implement a run command that ends with callback. You don't like that? Oh, I see. All right, so minigame is this code over here. So we're just going to include a start minigame. There we go. So that's it. That's the cinematic code for that cinematic. So the cinematic trigger will trigger the start of the minigame. Full of beans. Okay. So now we can actually trigger start of the minigame, I think. Let's kill the in-game music.
Okay, here you go.
It's already in it. How did this happen? Okay, get out, get back in. Start the cinematic. Cinematic did not start. Is wait for state active. Base minigame state should be 0. That's good. Which means because the vases are there. Cinematic trigger. Oh, I never actually assigned it which cinematic to do, I guess, is the problem there. A little bit of a problem here. Because I'm starting in the cinematic trigger. So let's make it so that I'm not starting inside of it. Barely. Okay, so if I do this, cinematic begins, except I'm not walking anywhere for some reason. Why am I not walking anywhere? No actor found. I didn't tell it who to start walking. Player. That's who walks. Now I'm wondering if there's a way where I could get stuck on the vases. Like he managed to get around it. I never actually told it what the minigame is. This is the minigame. Gotta tell it what to actually start here. He jumps. Oh, but now I can move again, which is not supposed to happen. Oh, you know what? I just don't have to do callback.call. I could have a minigame is running property is active, and when you first start it, then is active equals true. And then what I'll do is every
Yes, lady?
frame.
Oh.
So as soon as you run it, we're gonna hit started equals true. If started and the minigame is no longer active, then we will hit the callback. And that will end this step. And so the cinematic code will lock us in place. It will prevent any inputs from actually affecting the game. Posey, what are you doing? So right now I can't move, I can't pause. Whew, okay, and then it's going to ask you to pick whichever one. So that's what we need to add next. So let's say temporarily, all right, num steps equals this. But temporarily, we're going to say that there's 3 steps. Minigame lasts 3 steps. And that will allow us to, you know, debug this a little bit quicker instead of waiting for it to dance for like 2 minutes every time. Hello, Posey. Have some pets. Posey's here. Let's pull up Posey Cam. There she is. She's looking so well trimmed. Good old Posey. All right, that's all you get. I'll leave my hand on you. All right. Don't need to worry about this. Don't need to worry about this. All right, run around. So next we need some way of handling inputs. I'm not going to use a base menu
Cozy.
because we're going to do some weird cycling through the options, like kind of try to actually get your angle of direction. So let's see here. Accepting input. Let's go with that. Or choosing active. Is choosing. We're selecting which vase is the right one. So when the round is done, we get here, target rotate speed equals 0. We need to wait for it to slow down a little bit. So let's give it like half a second for that. And then set is choosing equal to true. Okay, so when we're in choosing mode, we're gonna start choosing mode. Let's put it into a function because we want to do a few other things than just one thing here. not only do we want to do this, we also want to put a cursor over the one you're selecting, and we want to display little hints on, you know, use your directional inputs. Come on, you can do it. So total face. So we're gonna say selected index, which we're gonna pick that. We're gonna address that down here. We need to sort at the end of all this, right? Yeah. So after this is all done, sort them so that the array is in order and we're not jumping around. Sorry, give me just a second. Okay, we're back. Oh, never mind. Okay, for real this time. We are going to program this. Liari, 40 streams in a row? Almost a year. Thank you for your continued viewership. Enjoy those bonus channel points. Doubloons, right. I have a fancy name for them that I came up with like 5 years ago. It's a good name. It's a good name.
Oh.
Oh, thank you for the lizard party and the posy party, one after the other. Choosing mode. What was I doing? What is choosing mode? This is when you're selecting which face is which. We want to have an icon that indicates which vase is selected. So let's do that with just a, you know what? Let's just do that with a simple Sprite 3D. Really simple stuff. Really simple stuff. So we're gonna have, let's go with this triangle right here. That's a classic one. Okay. Yep. Exact position doesn't matter, but we do want it to be rotated, and I want to go ahead and get the vertical about right. We'll probably do some bobbing up and down or something, but this will be our, we'll say 2.5 is our base. Probably lower than that. We'll figure out the specifics. Okay, so we need access to that Sprite 3D. And also it needs to start as invisible. When choosing mode begins, cursor becomes visible. And we are secretly always going to be updating the cursor's position. So the selected vase is going to be vases dot selected index, right? Because that's what we sort. Vase array. Vases is the node that represents the container. Vase array is the actual list of them. So we're going to set the Z value equal to that Z value, and the same for the X value. And then the Y value is just going to bob up and down according to some function. In fact, let's slap an animation player on that to do that. Loop it, cursor, position, but we're not doing position. We're actually doing position : Y. The reason that we're doing that is because we don't want this to affect the X and Z coordinate at all. So it's only going to affect the Y coordinate for bouncing up and down. Okay, so that's going to bounce it up and down. This is going to keep it tracked onto whichever one's selected. And then if is choosing, which actually this could all go in the is choosing code anyway. If we are choosing, then I want to accept input. I want to grab the axis. I kind of want to grab the axis. No, I don't. No, I don't. Let's just stick with this. If you just press left, is there a way to get maybe let's just do it this way. This is kind of a wacky way to do it, but it'll work. The reason I'm doing it this way is specifically for the is just pressed, which is kind of nice to have here. I say that's -1 and +1 for that. Okay, so if target direction if we're actually applying some target direction here, then we need to pick the closest vase that is in that quadrant. Tricky. So maybe it would make more sense to do filtering right here. So instead, if we're pressing left, then filter all of these such that goal position X is less than selected vase global position X. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it would work. And if you're going right, then look for the ones that are on the right. If you press up, then we want to look at the we want to look towards -Z, and then then we look at the lizards, of course. So simple. We'll look at the positive seed. Now what this does is target vases is going to include the vase you are already selected unless you press a button. Once you press a button, this greater than or less than will actually filter it out automatically. So we don't need, this will handle the case of we did not press a button immediately. Let's see here, new selected vase equals, we want target vases to be sorted by distance. Return distance from selected vase. We can do distance squared too. That works just fine. Because we don't need the actual value, we just need... Okay, that might work. So now we have the new selected vase, now let's get the new index, which is our list of actual vases. And then just find the new selected vase. There we go. Let's try it. Does it work? Or did we flip something at some point? Which is very possible. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Oop. Okay, we pressed right and there was nothing to the right. So ignore in that case. If new selected vase is not the same as selected vase, then we should also play a sound effect. Menu move. I think it's the one we've got. Okay, but it was kind of hard to tell which one is selected, isn't it? So I think we might want to lerp the Y position of the selected vase as well. Maybe, or maybe just have it wiggle a little bit. No, so we, or rotate in place or something. Vase dot position dot Y is normally 0. And vase dot rotation dot Y is normally 0. Except it's not, is it? Now it is. Selected vase dot position dot Y is going to be equal to 0.3, and also the rotation dot Y, we're going to add delta. Let's see what that does.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I guess that's all right. Wait, where's my cursor bobbing? I didn't make it autoplay, did I? Nope. There we go. That'll help. Okay, that's fine. Next thing, I want a better camera target. We're gonna put this one outside of the wait for state, because at some point the wait for state goes away. So I want this to be a little bit higher and maybe tilted down a bit if we can make that happen. Camera target. So as we're walking, shift the camera target to base camera target. Adjust rotation isn't gonna adjust the it's only gonna rotate around X and Y. Oh wait, that should work then, right? At least initially, as long as it's the initial setup. So we'll take that camera target and we're gonna tilt it down by just a smidge. Okay, and let's see how that looks. We can adjust the position of the camera target live, but not the rotation. Yeah, so what I would do now... you know what? You're like, oh, you can do it live, okay. Okay, so now we got a little bit of a tilt to our camera. You know what? I think this cursor is too big. And maybe the bounciness of this animation is a little bit extreme. Maybe this can be a little bit lower. Okay, I do like that a lot better. Yeah, I think that's great. Now we need to actually be able to select the one you think it is. Oh, we also need to do the whole thing with the dust bunny, don't we? There's a whole thing with we need a dust bunny with the thing. So we need a dust bunny actor. He needs to be scaled a little bit better. He's gonna pop out of a vase. It's gonna be adorable. Like that kind of adorable. Mischievous face there. So he'll squish down inside of it. And then whoop. Whoop. So when you first show up, he's gonna jump into one of them from, I don't know, a corner or something, and you're gonna see he's got the MacGuffin that you're here for. You're in this room for something. You see him jump in, and then they start spinning. So we need to animate all that. This particular one... Alright, we're gonna have Dust Bunny vase and intro. Gameon, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. What's your stream? We are working on mini games, which are fun and cool to have. He's gonna be facing left. He's gonna be on the ground. There's a good chance this is going to be messed up, but it's fine. Additionally, he needs to be holding the note, the MacGuffin that you're after. The whole reason you're in here.
Oh, that's neat.
So the cross-platform console app communicates with Unreal Editor Creator Kit projects. Players can make their own content, submit it to Steam Workshop. I want to figure out some system for gentle workshop content integration. Part of the problem is, like, this is a heavily story-driven game, right? So that's already not a great start. You know, this isn't like short rounds. This isn't roguelike or something like that, where I could just expose, here's the stats of items, make your own item, add it to the game, add it to the item pool. Oh, my feedback. Sure. I don't know if I'm a good source of feedback, but I'll do my best. Oh, I don't have TikTok. Is that gonna let me view it? I don't actually know. Oh gosh, oh, wow. TikTok is... Okay, a bunch of stuff happened all at once. When I pulled it up, it was suddenly like, oh, use the, scroll up with your finger, and okay. So air hockey-esque. Wait, hang on, I need to read. Okay, here we go. Man, videos in TikTok are... I guess that's the point. They're very short. Probably try to autoplay another bit. It seems like it's just looping this one video, which is good. 3D air hockey, but you can place walls and stuff. Okay, that seems neat. Is this meant to be played like couch co-op, or is this online play? What's the deal there? If it's a single player per machine, aiming for competitive, then I feel like the I don't know. I can't, the camera system, I don't know exactly what's going on there. If that's something that you control with right thumbstick, or if it's just purely automatic. It could get disorienting, but that might not be something that actually happens in practice. It could be fairly intuitive. Let's see, so let me scroll back up. Looking to get feedback, just any feedback. Could use a nice backdrop or skybox or something. That's about the best I've got. I mean, the fact that it is a Godot game, I mean, I can't. I mean, I don't know if that helps at all. The fact that I do Godot. What about competitive side? What about the competitive side? Could it be competitive? Man, people have rock, paper, scissors competitions. Anything can be competitive. I guess the true question is, like, is this something with enough depth to make for an interesting competitive experience, perhaps. Because although I brought up rock, paper, scissors as an example, I think that one has a competitive scene specifically because it's so renowned for being a simple game with no strategy aside from bluffing what you're going to do. You know? I feel like it's a hard game. Do you feel like that would hurt its competitive nature, that it's difficult to pick up? I think a lot of games that are difficult to actually do in practice are like that's fun for people. Let's see here. So we got the Dust Bunny intro and the Dust Bunny vase. So let's get these two. Get some references for those guys. The intro for this. I'm not sure about how we're going to do the intro. We've got air hockey where the camera is on the puck. So yeah, like the camera, I know I harped on that a little bit. I think what throws me off is that it's rotating around, and I could very easily see myself getting disoriented about like which way is my goal. And if you have one person per screen, then you don't have to worry as much about you don't have to worry about like two people having the same viewpoint. You can have two different viewpoints, one for each player, which is pretty nice to have. I don't know how we're gonna do this intro, but assume that the bunny is going to see you, make a little, whatever we decide this Dust Bunny creature sounds like. It's going to make a noise. It's going to hop into a vase that is on that side of the room, so it doesn't have as far to travel. And then we are going to... We'll wiggle the vase, and then the round actually begins. Then we pull the camera out. At the start of each round, at the start of each run round, we're going to show the rabbit. We're going to have him pop up, pause for just a moment, pop back down, and then go invisible again, so that you know which one is the correct one. Do we even want to... You know what? I think I want to... Do I want him to be in the same one every time? Maybe. Maybe that's okay. In which case, the correct index is always the same index. That's interesting. Huh. I gotta make sure that you can't take advantage of... Well, no, I don't have to make sure that you can't... I can let you take advantage of that. It seems fairly minor. So let's do a little tween. Tween the Dust Bunny. Position Y. To Dust Bunny position Y plus 1 over the course of like 3 seconds. And then back to original position. Oh, what did I not close out? What did I not close out here? Tween property. Set ease. Eh? Expecting closing paren. I don't know what you're worried about there, buddy. Okay, so is this much okay? Yes. Is this much okay? No. Oh, I see it. I see it. Position dot Y. Because when you're referencing it by the name of the string, you have to use colon Y. Ahaha. Okay, so display pops up, pops down, then the round begins. Correct index. It could always go to the same one. What is the right one? Like, roughly 4, maybe? So I need to make sure that I set him to the correct spot. Ooh, well, The vases, the arrays are actually going to be, the correct index is not going to be the same, is it? Is it? Is anything in here? I guess I need to assign it up front. So now we have an assigned correct one. Let's do global position. For X and Z. Does that work? All right, let's see if he pops up. So there he is. Oh, he popped up and down. And then, yeah, that's like super easy. And then he'd be right there and you'd select him. Okay, so the pop-up, pop-down. Let's give him a little bit more of a pause there. Okay, but that is fine. So now we need to actually select. So if we press confirm, well, then it's just based on selected vase. Just in case you somehow do it twice. If selected vase is correct vase, pass, else pass. Let's look at the other minigame code. We've got the hay bale minigame. We do a little victory animation. Yeah, here we go. Pop rabbit up. Because that's a whole await business, isn't it? On cursor select. Yeah, maybe pop rabbit up should be its own. its own little bit of something or other here. Run around. Well, I mean, this works fine, but yeah. This right here. Let's have a Pop Rabbit up. And all it's gonna do is run the tween, but it's not gonna do the await. But it needs to. But it needs to. So this is the whole code for Pop Rabbit up. All right. So regardless, we need to keep track of successes and failures. Let's go over to the hay bale minigame. Where even is that? Here? Oh yeah, look at that. There it is. Minigame progress, huh? So what does this do? Slide in. Oh yes. Oh, that's nice. Checks, X's. Great. Cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just copy this whole block here. This has no code associated with it, so we can do whatever we want, really. It could make sense to stack some code on that we could use. We're just not going to. Alright, so now... Nice. That's not an autoplay. So let's look at the hay bale minigame again and see how it does. Minigame progress animation player is how it does that. Okay. Makes sense. What does it do with this? When you start, initially when you start, slide in. Play backwards. Oh, right, because you're done with it. Okay, that's it. So just those 4 things to do. Super doable. So when the minigame starts, play slide in underscore. And then we need to do another one on complete win and on complete lose. So we want to function on win minigame and on lose minigame, which we will fill out the details of that later. In both of these cases, we're gonna put that animation player out of here. We've also got checks and X's available to us. So checks. To highlight. Okay. Wiggle sprite. What are we wiggling here? Wiggle what sprite? Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't even know we did that. We do a little... Okay, that's really cool. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's do that then. do that same business here. If it is correct, do this. Success count. You know what? Yeah, let's change the name of this to success count. And we're gonna change this to wrong count. Okay, so that will highlight the correct X. Okay, so it's gonna do that. We do need to throw this code in for after you've selected one. Oh yeah, and then that immediately returns. If the minigame is completely won or lost, we fall out completely. Otherwise, we're going to pop Rabbit up. Player actor. Where are we getting player actor from? You know, we're just finding it somewhere, I guess. That'll work. It's not pretty, but it'll work. All right, cool. Oh boy, there's a whole lot that happens here. Oh, is this in the process? I don't want all this to be in the process code. We need to have an on select base that does all of this stuff. I'm in the wrong code. All right, now we need to have an on select base that does all this stuff. Does all this. And that's also going to turn off our is choosing. We're going to pass in the selected vase. Is correct. Right there. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna dance. And then after we dance, we return to idle. And then we can do another round. To do a round, that is run round 1 plus success count. Okay, I think that's that. So if you've got 2 successes, then you're in round 3. Alright. And then we don't have a win condition or lose condition yet. 3 wins, 3 losses. That ends the minigame one way or the other. Minigame progress / animation player. Gotta get our UI to appear. Oh. Category? Oh. Got it. Easy. Okay, the pop-up is a little bit... yeah, oh, the cursor's still there. Okay, let's get a wrong one. Oh, he's higher than he was, isn't he? He's definitely higher than he was. What's his position supposed to be? 0.5? Can I go lower? Oh yeah, I can go lower. Pop up to 1. So 0 to 1. Alright, hold on. For gore. Productivity module. Man, I've never gotten a legendary productivity module. Can you believe that? Oh, that doesn't look right. What does that not look right? Because he has collision. That's why. It's because he has collision. I have to disable his collision. That's probably why he was looking all strange.
Interesting.
Alright, that's much better. Alright, now you can keep your eye on him. Alright, we're gonna try and get through all 3 rounds, but this is, like, easy rounds, right? Like, he's just sliding back and forth. That's nothing. Oh, see that? Almost. Okay, and then that's 3 victories. Okay. Okay, that... we've at least got the selector. Now what? Do we shatter the pot? Okay, lose condition is a bunch of them pop out, right? Right. probably. Well, maybe. Is it? We could do a big one instead. Like as a little mini boss fight. That might be a little bit easier to do. So we'll make it just, I don't know. He jumps way up. So on lose minigame. Position Y, he jumps up to 10 over the course of like 7 seconds, and it's eased out quad. Then we set his scale to vector 3.1 times 2. Transition doesn't really matter on this one. Then we set his position. Is it over here? Why is this the center point? What was I thinking? To this. About -3, -3. Doesn't really matter. And then position sub Y drops back down to 0. This time at ease in quad, and that kind of approximates a a gravitational path without actually. We're getting away with it with just tweens, so it's great. Wait, 1.6 seconds. No, wait. 0.8. Switch to hurt animation. Change to hurt animation. And then we're jumping into the battle. Which we do like this. This is the code for start a specific battle. Enemy list. Okay, hang on now. Is Mega. So we want Dust Bunny set to Mega, so it's a big one. Can't run. On Battle End. Do we even need anything on Battle End? Oh yeah, I guess the note still needs to appear. Actors is Dust Bunny Base. And that's going to make him poof when the battle ends, which is good. Now, if you succeed, you skip the battle. So we need to have a function to make the note appear. Do we need a source location? I guess we will do a source location. Or does it just come from the pot wherever it is? No, we'll do start position. So if you win, the start position will still actually be at the position of Dust Bunny Vase. On win minigame, just go ahead and drop the note for free. So the note. We need a fake note. This one. Yeah. Okay, so this is our note here. Held by the intro bunny. So that's gonna be him jumping into the vase. So I need a note target position, which is gonna be, let's say, vaguely in the middle here. That's fine. And then we need the actual note, the readable one, on the ground. And that also needs an interact zone, yeah. Yes. Why is it so much smaller? Is that right? Is it supposed to be that big? No. Where's the, oh, it's probably this mesh that's scaled. Yeah, it's scaled down. Okay. Then this is probably good without this. But we need the interact zone, library note. And we can temporarily throw that in here. Okay. So the interact zone has some text it can read. But this doesn't happen yet, does it? This right here, this needs to be a wait for state. Wait until the minigame is done. So when the minigame is listed as state 1, then this library note appears and becomes interactable. Until that happens, this is not here. Okay, good. Oh, what time? We can finish this probably. I feel optimistic. All right. Manner minigame. We need to have the note target position, which is really just note target. The position is this dot position. Minigames. Dust Bunny intro has its own note, which is gonna move towards the correct vase, but then be hidden, I guess. So at that point, I want to reparent this to minigame at drop note. Reparent this to self. Set the position to start position. wherever that is. And then just do a nice little tween, maybe? And we're gonna take the note, and we're gonna take its position sub Y and do some silly stuff with it. Set it equal to 2.0 over the course of some time. Where's my quad tween? Yeah, let's grab this. And then bring it down to 0.2 at ease in. How to do the parallel stuff, I do not remember. Fire that tween. And then let's just have a tween 2 for position X, where we're going towards our target position. This is silly. You ready? All right, be right back. I'll run some clips. Oh, delightfully devilish. Oh, oh, oh. Yes! Get cheesed! Doing any kind of commentary. Who knows? Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh man. That's exciting. I don't know if I have to do that double back or not. And there's the end. Look at that. That's so good. I could probably do that faster. I'm already hard at work. With 1.7 out less than a week, I'm already hard at work on 1.8. Even though I have no ideas for new features yet. I did. I had to. It was the theme. So yeah, Dabble Worlds 1.7 available now for free at dabbleworlds.com. Enjoy it, play it. We're gonna have level contests soon with in-game prizes. All right, here we go, guys. Final Nye of the night. Oh, yes! Let's go! Okay, I'm not going to pretend to be a hype Twitch guy. We're going to spend all day trying to get this guy to do this. Nerds! We got it! We got it! Get cheesed, nerd! Ooh, okay. Good. There's nothing in the rulebook that says we have to remove the orb from his neck. Alright, we are back. For reals. Back to Tween City, USA. Alright. Nope, target. This can be eased in out for the drop note code here. Okay, so that is half a second, 1 second, 1 second. So we will await 1.5 seconds for that to happen, and then we are going to be done with this mini game after it does this, which means is active. We are going to change to false, and that's going to trigger the cinematic that this entire thing has been contained in to be completed, which returns normal control to the player, pause functionality, all of that. Additionally, we're going to set state flag that we've been holding off on. That's going to be officially set to 1. And also the note, when it gets here at 1 second, we're also going to make that note invisible. Okay, so we've got the... Is that really all we need? Might be all we need. Uh-oh, we got stuck. Finally, we got stuck. Gives us a chance to see what happens. Not what I would have expected. Oh, the enter has a auto warp when you get stuck in a cinematic. Like entering a room has a failsafe for this. Okay. Solutions. Let's put a failsafe in this function, but not one that's gonna actually like break. Maybe we pull every 2 seconds or something like that. Okay, so we're moving towards the position. How can we tell that we're stuck? Because we're still technically moving, right? And I have some fairly long walking animations, like the Canyon Bridge in Chapter 3. Huh. So this is just we are moving. We have a target location. Are we there yet? Well, no, we're not. This doesn't matter. So I want to do some kind of like safety check. Okay, so if you are running, max distance, -1. Okay, so by default, we're not going to hit this code. Safety timer plus equals delta. Max distance is greater than 0, and target locations dot size is greater than 0. Ooh, but okay. Safety num locations. It's the number of locations we have left in the list. So let's see here. If they are not equal, then set them equal and reset our safety time. So every time we hit a location, reset our safety timer. But if the safety timer ever exceeds 5 seconds and we haven't hit a location yet, well, that's not good enough. That's not good. If the safety timer hits 1 second, we want to have a distance check. Let's check. How far away are we from our target? Are we getting closer or not? Reset our safety timer. So every 1 second, check our distance. All right. So safety distance check should be where we were 1 second ago, or 10,000. Either way, we expect to be at least 1 closer. Distance since last check is going to be safety distance check minus our current distance. If distance since last check is less than 0.2. I'm really worried this is going to somehow break something. I want to check for the situation where you're in a cinematic, the cinematic has told you, move this actor to this location, but something has gone wrong and the actor is stuck. How do we check for whether or not we're stuck? This seems like a pretty sane way to do it. Maybe check every 2 seconds. And if we've gone less than 0.2 meters in 2 seconds, something must be going wrong, probably. Oh, interesting. Uh-oh. Okay, so if that happens, then just set him equal to that position. Just warp him over. Warp him over and call it a day. Let's see if we can test that. With our good friend, SG Box. Okay, so this CSG box should prevent us from being able to walk to the location. 1, 2, warped. Okay, good. Cool. Yay. That works. Alright, so we walk over normally. We get quick eyes on our target. We follow it for a lot longer than this normally. This is just too easy. Got him. Our cursor's still here. Ooh, fancy round 2 maneuver. Ooh. Oh. Wow, that flew over there. Why did it go over there though? What was that about? This appeared as expected, which is good. Can't help but notice, I think we're still in the cinematic. Why are we still in the cinematic? The start minigame cinematic. Oh, because the state changed. This cinematic needs to be moved outside of that. That's probably why it got it stuck. Now, as for why it went the place it went, we were trying to go to target position, right? That was the expected X was target position dot X, target position dot Z. Yeah. Oops. Okay, let's fail. Oh, wait, the cursor. There's still a problem with the cursor. Cursor. Visibility. When you start choosing mode, great. But then you have made a selection. On select, we want to hide that cursor. Okay, keep your eyes on the rabbit. Easy. Hey, Imp. We're making progress. Ooh. Oh, I see him, I see him. Okay, final round, except we're gonna intentionally fail. Hopefully. Ooh. Round 3 does not mess around. And it's gonna be much faster in the real one. That's right, you gotta have these minigames. It's extremely important. Okay, here we go. Where was he? Where was the big rabbit? Oh, he's big. He's quite big. It's not enough! Yeah, see, this is where they get you. And that's when you pull out the special moves. 1 damage to everything, 2 damage to everything. 3, 4. Oh, 5. No. 4. Oh, nice. Whoop. Oh, it really speeds up. Oh, where? Eesh. Oh no. Oh. Gamer. Oh, it's too fast. It's too fast. There's nothing I can do. Oh. Okay, and then... Oh, and then it fails. Oh, I don't know how that happened. Okay. That was good. I hadn't actually tested that works. The cinematic, or the achievement for doing a perfect run on that move. Because I really struggle with getting a perfect run on that move. Honestly, Thousand Year Door Earth Tremor is too easy. 8 damage to everything on the screen, unblockable. And it's just not that hard. But this... Potential 9 damage to everything, but it's a lot harder. I'm glad the poison status effect worked out all right. Okay, we need to do the intro for this now. A little intro cinematic. Slightly hacky. I mean, as long as you get something in place. In my opinion, it is better to have something working than to have nothing while trying to plan out the right way to do it. Caveat, it has to be something you can go back and change later. Because if it's not, inevitably, you're gonna need to change it later. And you could be stuck with it. All right. Current position equals erect vase dot global position. Yeah. We're gonna do an await at this part here. And so we're gonna do intro instead. When we say start minigame, instead of doing run round 1, we're gonna do intro, and then intro at its end is going to call run round 1. I'm getting way too comfortable with all these little async stuff. Like something's gonna break at some point. Okay, so he's gonna like, haha, I've got the note. Hee. They need a sound. I just don't know what these guys sound like. Oh, and he's supposed to turn invisible when he hits that. Turn invisible. And also I want to wiggle I want to wiggle the base scale. Correct base. Scale. Oops. Let's do cubic in out. Can't beat a nice cubic tween. They're handy for just kind of like firing off a transition asynchronously. Okay, that needs to go much faster. Like significant, like 4 times fast. Okay, that was actually too fast. So forget what I said there about that being. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, then you watch him and you're like, oh, where does he go? Oh, I wonder. And it's like, well, actually, this is really easy. And then he's back for round 2. Ooh, round 2 gets harder, I guess. And then round 3. Whoa. The vases disappeared. They weren't supposed to disappear. Okay, cool. Why did the vases disappear? Because they were in wait for state. They shouldn't have been in wait for state. Only the trigger should be in wait for state. And the dust bunnies. The minigame itself can go outside of that. But the dust bunnies do need to be part of wait for state, I would argue. Oh, I hate that though. Yeah, they do need to go. They need to go in there, which means that I need to. Okay, I think that should work. All right, let's try failing. Oh wait, did the camera shift back or not? I didn't actually pay attention to that. Here. Where's my bunny? Dude. Okay, give me the I win item. I win. He's just not... Okay, he's there, he's just invisible. Okay, faces are still here. Camera is not fixed. Camera is not working because I didn't tell it to reset after the end of this. Okay, so at the end of this, reset to regular camera. Ooh, sorry. What is going on? What was going on with the formatting there, Godot? What was that? What was that there? Okay, on lose minigame. I need Dust Bunny Vase to be visible. Okay. Here we go. Maybe the end of this. There he is. Whoa. Oh. Okay, the 10 is too much, but other than that, that was fine. I think we can go with 5 here. Okay, next up, the temp step counter. Let's make it real now. The full duration, which means it's gonna have longer to speed up. Okay, keep your eyes on the rabbit. Oh, right. I was thinking of doing some really silly stuff with like a curtain partially covering things, or like someone walks in front of the camera, that kind of dumb stuff. Okay, round 2. Still not too bad. Okay, round 3. Ooh. Ooh. This was gonna get going really fast. All right, round 3 doesn't mess around. Okay, I still got it. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that one. Uh-oh. Okay. Uh-huh. What are we doing? What is happening? Why is it doing this? Why are we doing... It's getting worse, by the way. Camera target 2. Let me look at the code for camera target when there's no target assigned. It should be assigning it to the player. We should be setting the target to the player. Why is it doing this? Every time I bring focus away from the window, it's worse. Okay, this is hilarious. Oh, I think it crashed. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. I've never seen that before. Okay, it's because the camera target was in a wait for state, I think. Face camera target. Right? That's probably why. Dun, 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 dun. Oh wait, no. That's not in a wait for state. That's just sitting right there. So that's not it. Now, wait a second. Hold on just a minute here. Let me take out that. Let's take out the minigame altogether. So you're gonna walk in and the minigame's over. So what? It's only if the minigame happens? What? Why would that matter? Why would that ever matter? Why would that ever matter? Okay. Okay. I win. Okay. What's going on here? Are we in a cinematic? It says yes, that we are in a cinematic. What cinematic does it think we're in? Let's check the cinematic code here. All right, we don't have a process here. So it's not running. But if I look at the remote code for minigame cinematic, then surely I have anything? I have nothing. I have nothing to go on. Why are we doing this? What is happening? Okay, camera code. Camera code says like presumably base minigame is over, right? Base minigame is not over. Callback.call. Oh. It's triggering the callback every time, maybe? Yes. Okay. Okay. It's something wrong with the cinematic step. How do those work? You do the thing, then you do callback.call. And that's it, right? It doesn't keep repeating forever. Why would it be repeating forever and ever and ever? It's happening on process. It's not supposed to do that. It needs to individually manage. So it was successful, so it's doing it every round. So we have to do a done. And then fall out early. Okay. That's all that was. That was silly of me. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's the mini game. So there's gonna be 3 pieces of the puzzle in this manner. One of them is this little mini game. One of them is a little platforming challenge. And one of them is a little miniature gear spin puzzle. Nothing crazy. And there'll be a handful of enemies scattered around throughout, just to spice things up a bit. And then once you get all three, you'll have access to the last room, which has the final, oh, here's what's going on. Here's where you need to go. So I still need to actually model that room. It's gonna be like a music room, so I'll need to model some instruments, which is fun. And then what else? Scatter in some enemies, make the final room. That's pretty much it for this section of the game. Awesome. Cool. Let's do a raid. Where can we go? Oh man, poor D. She's missing one mask shard, and I think I know which one it probably is. Yeah. Let's see here. Also, option is Big Boy Games official. Oh, Silk Song or... you know what? Let's check in on Lured In development. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've rated... Wait, how long has it been since we've rated Chip? Hold on. Hold on, though. How long has it been since... I rated him 5 days ago. Okay, let's do D then. I feel like it's kind of a... You can't raid the same channel that often. You gotta space it out a bit. We're gonna raid into D. He's doing Silk Song. She is putting off ending the game because she can't get 100% yet because she's missing a mask shard. She's missing a handful of other tools and stuff, but that's whatever. Pretty sure it's a Act 3 specific mask shard, of which there are 4. There are 4 mask shards you can only get in Act 3. And one of them is hidden in a place you would never think to look. And I think it's so mean of Team Cherry. Thanks for hanging out, Imp. Good to have you here. I will be back Sunday. Only 2 more streams of this chapter, and then we are switching gears, and we'll start development on Chapter 5 on Wednesday. So that'll be fun. So, see you guys next time. Bye!